I'm live. I'm reading out of Winged Pharaoh. It's a far memory book written by Joan Grant. It was published in 1937, and I've already read a couple of chapters today, but I'm in the mood. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday, and it is the 21st of May 2021. 23. My goodness, time. This book plays in the far distant past in Egypt prior to the flood and Babylon, and it was Joan Grant's first book. She is Sakita, who was the daughter of the Pharaoh who has passed away, and she's going through training in order to co-rule with her brother Nea. We're here at chapter 11, the third part of this book. It is entitled Scarlet, Poppies. By the time I was 17, I had learned how to read my records. In the space of 5 days, I lived 5 lives. In 3 of them, I was a man, and in 2, a woman. All were turbulent, and I had died in battle, or in pestilence, or in a famine, and in none of them had my path led through quiet fields. But always had I travelled through deserts of unrest in the shadow of thunderclouds. I wondered why I should remember so little of quietness and of peace. So I asked Nesara, and he told me, "Think of this life, Sakita. Which days spring to your mind? The days of strife, the days of sorrow, the days when you learned something that made you wiser." And as he spoke before me was the day that I had lashed Zap, the day I had made Nesara, the day when Harka was hurt, the day of the great battle, the day of the funeral of my father. Nesara knew my thoughts, and he said, "Life is a teacher. Sometimes he whispers of joy in the cool of the evening, and sometimes he speaks in a voice that thunders about our ears. But always he tells us to take courage and remember that our tears water the corn that grows 7 cubits high. In many days have you known peace and quietude, and in many lives yet are the moments of greatest joy or grief as clear in your memory as a single scarlet poppy against a sheaf of golden corn. So do you first record those lives with which you learned courage, wisdom, or compassion, for they are in brilliant colors. The other things that you must learn, though they are stored in your memory for you to find, have not the bold challenge to memory that wisdom and courage have. You may learn patience through many lives as a ploughman or as a woman working in the fields, yet those lives will not hasten to be remembered, for they distill their wisdom quietly as a violet spreads her fragrance while she shelters under her leaves. It is easy to remember those times when, heralded by trumpets, you knocked upon the gates of death with uplifted sword scarlet from your enemies, or when you crept towards them through a land of famine, when only the vultures hungered not. But for each of these 100 times have the gates of death opened smoothly before you, swinging wide open their hinges as you walked through them and knew their sweet familiarity as the doorway of your home. And this you may remember not, for it is the sound of the mighty waterfall, and not the quiet river sliding between its banks. The day of great storm and the arrows of lightning are loosed upon mankind that you remember, and not the gentle evenings when you walked alone in the dusk. In the future, when again you remember how to turn the silver key, it will be my voice that you will hear, for wisdom speaks with a louder voice than any other, and you will remember how to remember." That was chapter 11 of part 3. Have a lovely Sunday. I'm doing a meditation at 7, as I have done for, over 2 years.